my channel. Today is Beauty Wednesday and I have for you an eye makeup look that I am going to do with you guys today. So if you're interested in finding out how I achieve this eye look, just sit tight and we're going to get started. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started on this eye makeup look, okay? So I am going to be looking down in my mirror, which is right here. I kind of made a little station and I'm gonna give this thing a shot as trying to do makeup with you guys. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but someone requested it and I did want to give it a try. My husband and I played with a little bit with lighting and we said, if we did it in the daylight, it should work. So I may not be able to do the whole face with you guys, and I did not plan on doing the whole face. I planned on breaking it up with you guys, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why is because I felt like the person was asking me because they wanted to know some of my tips and tricks and some of my best practices. I don't think you could get the benefit of it if you just watch me put on makeup and just chit chat. And we will eventually get to do that, but I want to share maybe some helpful information that are best practices for me that maybe you can benefit from. And then I would hope that, that this is an exchange of information, y'all. So if y'all have some best practices that can help me out, I'd appreciate it if you share them with me too. Okay, so let's get started in this eye look. We're just going to do an everyday, what I call an everyday woman's eye makeup look. Nothing extravagant or anything like that. This is something that you can get up and do with just, a little bit amount of makeup and a little bit of time, okay? And this is the eye look. All right, I've already put on my brows, but you guys have seen what my brows look like without me kind of filling them in a little bit. And I don't go for perfection. I just go for darkening them in. When you're watching people apply makeup, you have to be able to understand what part of it you can utilize and what part you can't, all right? I have a hooded eye, okay? And hooded eye means this part right here protrudes over the lid some, right? So I don't have a lot of lid space. I do have some, but I don't have a lot. And so what I wanna do is minimize this effect, but still be able to use makeup that, will give me the correct symmetry that I'm going for, and it'll highlight the features that I want to highlight, all right? I'm going to start with my transition color. What a transition color is, it is a color that is similar to your shade of skin that will allow the eyeshadows to move seamlessly without seeing a line, okay? So if you don't want it to skip from line to line, this transition color will allow that to happen smoothly, okay? And it also just lays down a really nice, soft, canvas for your eyeshadows to when you just really don't want to put a lot of eyeshadows on. To me, it just lays a nice canvas down that that just helps your eyeshadow looks flawless. Okay, so what I'm going to be using is the infamous 217 brush. And if you guys are beginners, again, just like I am, just know that this is just a fluffy dome brush that is just easy to apply the transition color in. It doesn't have to be this MAC one, just any fluffy small dome brush that you can fit in your crease. This is the lid, this is the crease, and this is my brow bone area, okay? So some of my favorite go-to transition colors at the moment is Texture from MAC and Brown Script. Oops, let me turn it this way. Brown Script, okay? So Brown Script is a little bit more of a warmer brown with red in it, and Texture is a little bit neutral, It's still got a little bit of gold in it, but it's not as bad. Okay, so for this eye look, I'm actually going to use Texture brush and I dip it in there. All right, and we do have fallout, and fallout is when the eyeshadow kind of falls from the brush onto your face, or kind of kicks up a little dust in there. It will get on your skin, so I don't choose to do my foundation until afterwards, so I can clean up everything that is around. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I don't want this part to protrude out, I am going to put my transition color right here in a line like this. All right, so I'm going to start it right here up under my brow bone, and I'm leaving that much of a highlight space out, and then I'm going to come over, and you see how I leave a little bit more out of the brow bone going towards this end, and then I come down and I sweep it into motion over the crease. All right, and that is how I apply my transition color. All right, sometimes I put it all over my lid and go all the way down, sometimes I don't, it just depends. But that's pretty much how I do it. I go straight across and then I go down. And that's how I apply it on my eye shape, because I have what is known as a hooded eye. I did not prime. I only use primer when I'm using bright shadows that I want to really pop at night, or if I'm using a cheaper eyeshadow that I think is gonna break down and I want it to last longer. Other than that, I don't really use an eyeshadow primer all the time, especially for these daytime looks. Because when I come home from work, I'm usually gonna take it off and You know, so I'm only in it for like 5 or 6 hours, and they pretty last. They, you know, the integrity of the shadows that I use pretty much last during that time. All right, so that is me applying just the first layer of transition color. So the next color is, I want to have something on my lid. All right, so I play with lid colors. One that I'm actually going to use today is this soft pink one right here, from this is a MAC eyeshadow palette, the Brooke Shields palette, and I think this is soft brown right here, because this is shroom. So this is either expensive, no, this is expensive pink. All right, so I'm going to use a packing brush, and what I mean by packing brush, you see how it's flat? It's flat on both sides, okay? So I'm just going to take that and dip that into this color, and I'm going to put that on my lid, and I'm just going to pat that on the lid like that, okay? Just like that. And I just do it only on the lid. And then once I get what I feel is enough, the satisfactory pack, then I go ahead and spread it out a little bit. The next thing I like to do is I like to do an outer V color, all right? So outer V is, well, the crease color, I'll say first. Okay, so if you look into this part right here in my eye, and this is the part that kind of like where the bone kind of goes in a little bit, and you'll feel it, it kind of goes in where the lid kind of folds over. That is the crease part, all right? And that's the part that you want to darken up, that will actually give your eye a really good shape, all right? So what I like to do is, in this palette right here, I like this like brown color that is, it's kind of like a deep brown. See if I can get it to show. It's like a coppery brown, and I think copper tone, I think it's called antique. Yeah, it's called antique. And I like to just take my little detailed pointy brush, and this is actually an e.l.f. contour brush, and I just take it and I dip it in there, and I start at the outer corner of my eye right here, and I plop it there, and then I move it over in the V, all right? So I plop some here, and then I spread it out into the V. And I just kind of do it like that in wiper motions to kind of blend it in. And I go a little heavy on it to define my eye. I like the way that it gives my eye an eye shape without giving me too deep of a color. I love MAC shadows. I love Kat Von D shadows. You know, there's quite a few shadows that I like, but I will say when I'm doing my nude looks, these are probably, you know, the ones that I reach for the most. And this is kind of as deep as I think I want it to go. Occasionally, I will want to add just a little bit of a deeper color. And like, say like if I was going out at night with my husband, I may come in with the black a little bit, and then I'll just define it just a little bit more. But I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of a brown on this like angled brush. And this is an e.l.f. Defining eye brush. So I'm going in with this dark brown right here to do that, and I've got it on this angle brush, and I'm going deeper into the V, all right? Just a little bit deeper. And I'm not gonna drag it down as much as I'm gonna drag it out, because my eyes droop a little bit because of my age, all right? So, and then when I get ready to blend it in, we'll make that kind of curve go out. And don't worry about if you make a mistake, guys. That is what makeup remover is for. You can just remove it, and you can go right on back about your business. And then I go back to my blending brush, and I blend all of that in so that it's kind of seamless, that you can't see where one begins, one ends. And I know when you're working with stronger colors, you want to make sure that you don't get them too muddy, that, you know, you're not overly blending, because you do want to see the different colors. And see, what I would normally do right now is I would go ahead and go with my eye makeup cleaner and just, you know, my eye wipe, and then I would just clean it like that. And then what I like to do is I like to go behind on my lid, and I like to add just a little bit of shine to it. You know, this is an all matte look, but if I want to make it just a little bit shiny, I'll go into this color right here, and I'll put a little bit of that, I'll pat a little bit of that on my lid, just a little bit. And that'll kind of give me just a little bit of shine. to it. And this is with the same packing brush. And like I said, this is just an everyday eye look. This isn't anything glam. This is just a pretty much everyday eye look that I do. And if I wasn't filming, I could probably do it a lot faster. Okay? So that is pretty much the eye look, guys. This is pretty much, oh wait, let me put the highlighter on. I need to put something on my brow bone. And what I usually like to do is I just do a, you could use a flat brush that is, you know, defined and lay it there, but I use a fluffy one. And I just go into this soft pink again, that's right here, the same one I did on my original lid. And I just put a little bit on there and blow a little bit off. And then I just kind of blend it softly in. So it kind of goes with my transition color. And it gives me just a little bit of color, but not too much, you know, not too much where that bone is protruding. If I would have went down further with my transition color, guys, then you would have saw all of this being all shiny, but I didn't, so it allowed it to just give me just enough that I like. This is the way that I like to wear my eyes. Then what I will do is I will go ahead and line it, and then I'll add mascara. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, okay? Okay guys, this is the finished look. I went ahead and did my eyeliner and mascara, and the eyeliner that I am currently using right now is the MAC Technical Liner Pencil, and it's a mechanical pencil, and it looks like that. And I used it to line the top and then just to add a flick at the end. And then the mascara, which I showed you guys before, is the Marc Jacobs that I used on my eye. Then I went ahead and applied my foundation. And the foundation that I am currently loving is the Dior Skin Nude Air. And this is a very light coverage. It will show your flaws, but I'm okay with it showing my flaws. I don't know, it's, to me, as it gets warm, it gets too hot to be putting all that on. And, you know, I'm older, I'm flashing and all of that, so it works good for me. That's kind of what I'm using right now. But again, ask me in 6 weeks or 3 weeks, I may change my mind and find something else, because I'm always on the hunt, you know, for the fountain of youth. And we're going to go over, you know, in another video how I do my foundation routine, but I did want to give you guys at least an everyday eye look. I hope this helped. And that is I'm looking around to see if I forgot anything, and I don't think I have. I just got a big old mess to clean up. But other than that, thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And be sure to leave me some of your best practices below, you know, some tips and tricks that you may use that, you know, to be able to help with these, you know, droopy eyes and these, you know, hooded eyes. If you have some, I will greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.